What's up friends, Mike again, glad to have you guys back. Today we have the Titan 2020 Prime 2.0 PU leather in the Stealth, and then we have the Titan XL in the Charcoal SoftWeave. It's really hard to choose between these two materials because you can't feel it before ordering, and getting a chair like this is a long-term investment, so it is a tough decision. We're gonna go over everything that you have to know about these, and hopefully at the end you're gonna figure out which one is gonna work the best for you. So first of all, the PU leather and the SoftWeave are generally two very different products. They have a very different feel to it, a very different texture, and you could say that you can't really compare one over the other, but I do think that there's certain situations where you would need to choose one over the other, and generally there's 4 things you need to consider for your own unique situation. Because if you're paying this much for a chair like this, it better last you a long time, and that mostly depends on your environment. And what I mean is that if you live in a place that's very humid, that makes you sweat a lot, and if you're using the chair in a room that doesn't have much air conditioning, then the chair is going to be absorbing a lot of moisture, and this is really bad for PU leather, because what happens is that once the moisture gets absorbed in it for a long time, it will start actually peeling, and this is a fact. This is like science. So with that being said, in that environment, PU leather is not the good choice for this situation. SoftWeave is going to work a lot better because it's a lot more breathable, so you're not going to get that sticky feeling when you're on the chair as you're sweating as well. And then in terms of wear and tear, I've been using this Omega chair for the past 2 years. I do see some wrinkles on the back where my lumbar support pillow is. And moving along with the SoftWeave, there are creases as well. My friend Noah has been using it for the past 2 to 3 months, and he's already seeing creases where his knees are at, where it supports the most weight. Besides that, everything else looks brand new. So these are the natural wear and tear that we see right now. We'll let you know if anything else comes up in the future, but for now, I do think that both these materials are gonna last quite a while, especially when you take care of it, which leads me into the second thing, maintenance. Now in this department, PU leather has the win for me because it's very easy to clean. All you gotta do is wipe it off with a wet wipe, and most of the dust and hairs are gonna be removed, and bam, it looks brand new and clean. But with the SoftWeave, it's kind of a different story because you can only vacuum it, and getting all the little hairs out, especially if you have pets, take a longer time. And the other thing is, when I did do a spill test on both of these chairs, the PU leather was very water resistant. The water bounced right off of it, and all you gotta do is wipe the water off right away and let it dry. Whereas if you spilled water on the SoftWeave, it went straight through and right in. The cloth absorbed it right away, so it's not that good if you spill something other than water. So if you're someone who eats and drinks at your desk and gets food and grease everywhere, the PU leather is gonna work better in that case. And number 3, it's the feeling, it's the texture. Describing this is actually very hard to explain. So in this part of the video, I decided to do an experiment. So I got my brother John and my friend Noah here, and they're gonna tell you their experience with their current chair, and then I'm gonna get them to switch chairs to the other materials so that you get a first impressions of what it actually feels like. And by the way, in making this video, we did take the precautions to social distance ourselves. We were in different rooms the whole time, and I guided them through FaceTime so that we're all safe. And shout out to both of them because this took a lot of work, and I hope you guys really enjoy it. And without further ado, here is Noah.
Personally, for using this for about 3 months now, I've had no issue with it. I sometimes shower and then come straight out and sit on the chair, and it feels great. So there's like really no itch at all when it comes to sitting in the chair. Maybe after like an hour or 2, I'll start feeling a little bit warmer, but then just a simple adjust, get up, stand up, stretch, and then sit back down, perfectly fine. Good to go for another 2 hours. It's really good for people, especially that sweat a lot or is prone to sweating more often, especially sensitive to heat. Because personally, I tend to sweat a lot. Even slightly warm, I will start sweating. See, I'm sweating right now. One thing to note is, even though I sweat a lot, there's no stains, nothing really sticks onto it. I think I've dripped orange juice on it. I kind of just like used my hands and went, and still nothing. So we're good. In my experience, this one's definitely a lot more comfortable from when I tried Titan with the PU leather. So this is gonna be my first time sitting in the chairs since the previous video about 7 months ago. Oh my God. Definitely there's some serious differences right off the bat. It is definitely a lot harder. When you sit down, there's kind of almost a bounce. It is much more of a premium kind of feel. The leather does have that signature, like you're sitting in a car kind of feeling compared to the SoftWeave. However, right from sitting onto this and doing all the tests, I'm already slightly sweaty. I can already feel my thighs a little bit sticking to it. You can already hear the I'm already a little sticky to it. Thinking about it going into summer, definitely scared about it because being a sweaty guy, I could see myself sticking to the chair after sitting about probably 20 to 30 minutes and having to get up no matter what. I believe that I'm sweating more just thinking about it. Besides that, definitely a lot easier to clean. Just wiping it down would probably be enough just to clean it compared to the SoftWeave where I actually do have to vacuum probably about once every 2 weeks. I have 2 dogs, one short hair and one long hair. And its hair gets stuck in it real deep, especially the short hair. The long hair ones you can usually pull out, but vacuuming is a necessity for this just to keep it clean. Right now I don't have a lot of skin against it unless and yeah, definitely the feeling of skin onto leather. It does feel great. Definitely has that premium feel to it. From my feeling right now, I definitely feel myself warming up to it a lot. I could definitely see myself sweating in this a lot more because I tend to go shirtless sitting in my chair.
Okay, so that was Noah's experience, and now here's my brother who's been using the PU leather.
I've been using this chair for about like 8 months now, and so far it feels really good. And initially I was a little worried before that like the leather would start peeling off after like maybe like a year or so, just like my other chair, but then it's really solid. The leather is still looking tip-top shape. It doesn't look like there's any scratches or creases anywhere. I don't sweat that much in particular, so like I don't really see it too big of a downside for leather. It's just like, it's easier to clean and just like you can wipe it down really easily too. I guess during the summertime it does get like a little hot and then you can feel like the heat being trapped in your back. Winter, I guess if anything, it keeps you warmer because it kind of retains your body heat onto the chair. Yeah, I would say like for leather, if you care more about like the looks of the chair and everything, the leather definitely looks better for like visual wise. But then like for the cloth, it might feel like I guess more comfortable. I haven't really tried that seat, so I'm excited to try it out. Okay, so this is my first time trying the SoftWeave chair, and it definitely follows the name. It is a lot softer. When I sat down, you could definitely like feel it on your cheeks, just like a soft landing. Yeah, like especially when you move around, when you have like clothes on, then you could definitely feel it like sort of drag on your clothes a lot more. So it's like there's less smooth. Because like when I slouch on my leather chair, you get like sort of actually like feel yourself like sliding a little bit. But then like this one, if you slouch, you literally like don't move an inch, like you're stuck. I wouldn't compare it to a couch. For couches, you always have that feeling where you're like, you sit in and you sink in, and this one feels a little bit of like that memory foam. You could definitely feel like kind of like sucking you in a little bit more. And I can't really feel too much on my back right now since I have my jacket on, so I'm just gonna take that off. Oh my. So even with my jacket off, I don't really feel too much on my back. It doesn't make like too big of a difference. I think the biggest difference is probably like the seat itself, that you can sort of feel like the memory foam a little bit more. The other chair has like a little bit more of a bounce to it, I would say. When you sit down, you can sort of feel like something's sort of like pushing up, feels like a little air bubble. But then this one feels like there's like a layer of like soft padding or something like that that's like on top. That's like sort of what you feel. That initial bounce from the Titan is sort of dampened by the cushion, and it feels a lot more comfortable.
Cool beans, so that's John's experience. I hope you guys got a feels of the feeling between the two materials. And the last thing you have to consider is the style. Now this is totally up to you. This is a personal preference. And for me, I do think the PU leather looks a lot more slick, especially for the setup that I have over here. I do take a lot of Instagram photos of my desk setups. It's a weird hobby, but yeah, I'm a guy who does that. So yeah. So in that situation and for what I do, it works great. Again, totally personal preference, and if you like the SoftWeave colors and if you think that looks better for your setup, it's gonna work really well for you as well. They all look good, but some may look better to you than others. So guys, I hope my analysis and my reasonings really help you guys choose one over the other. There's gotta be one that works best for you. If you do decide to get the chair, make sure to use my link below. It is an affiliate link. I may get a small commission at no extra cost to you. So if you wanna help a brother out and support the channel, use the link below. If you have any other questions regarding the sizes between the Omega and the Titan, I did make a comparison video and it's right over here. And if you want to see a detailed review analysis of the pros and cons, it's in the link below. Remember to like, subscribe, and turn that notification bell on to get the latest updates about my channel from YouTube. And that's it for now, guys. I'll see you in the very next one. Bye.